Hi, everyone. My name is Liz Wilke, and I'm a counselor in the Disability Resource Center. I'm going to discuss how to read a course syllabus, and in order to do so, I'm going to review an actual syllabus from a Biology 100 course here at Palomar College. I realize that this syllabus might look quite different from a syllabus that you get depending on the types of courses that you are enrolled in, but I want to address the main points of what you're going to look for when reviewing a syllabus, and I want to emphasize the importance of really taking time to review the syllabus at the beginning of this semester and throughout this semester for any course that you take, because there will be very important information included that you will want to be aware of. So let's get started. I'm going to do some screen sharing here, so bear with me for just a second. And I actually went ahead and highlighted some of the important information on this syllabus already. So this is the kind of things that you'll want to be looking for. At the top, of course, you see the name of the course, and you want to make sure that you have enrolled in the correct course. There's a course description, and that's helpful because that tells you what you can expect to learn in the course. And you'll see here the professor's name, Mr. Bill Nye, the Science Guy. And Mr. Nye has provided his email address, which is really helpful because this is a great way to communicate with him either in the online setting or on campus. He also includes some special information here, letting you know that he wants you to include Biology 100 in the subject line, and that will help him when he's checking his emails to filter through and make sure that he can respond to his students quickly. This course specifically is an online course, so he's provided the lecture and lab times of the course and a link to the Zoom meetings right here. This is a hyperlink, so if you hover your mouse over it, it'll pop up and you can click on it. And there's also a password to get into that Zoom meeting, so you'll want to pay attention to that as well. He's also provided office hours here, and these are times that he can be available to chat if you have questions about a course or want to go over an exam. Also, if you need to perhaps discuss accommodations with him, like implementing your accommodations, you could always meet with him during office hours as well. It could be that the office hours provided are not conducive to your schedule. Maybe you have a class that conflicts with that time. That's not a big deal. You can always ask the professor to meet at a different time as well if you need to discuss something important with them. Also on the syllabus, you will find what are called the student learning outcomes. And these are the main objectives that you can expect to learn in the course. So I would definitely keep an eye on those. That's important to know just what the class is going to be covering. So you know what to expect. This professor provides information about time management, which is really helpful. He tells you how much time you should spend each week doing homework and preparing for exams. And he goes over how to contact him. Again, he emphasizes adding Biology 100 in the subject line. And if it's something important, he encourages you to put urgent in the subject line as well. And he also says that if he doesn't respond to an email within 48 hours, to please send it again. All of us counselors and professors do our very best to get back to students as quickly as possible, but at the end of the day, we are only human and we get a lot of emails. So it's absolutely appropriate to follow up after 48 hours if you haven't received a response. Also on the syllabus, you should find information about the required textbook for the course. In college, students are required to purchase their own textbooks, so you definitely want to know what the textbook is. And luckily for this class, the textbook is available free online. He also includes information about a lab manual since this class has a lab included, and luckily that's also provided in the online setting. Also, he goes over the required technology for the course. So since his course is an online course, a computer is required and reliable internet access. He lets you know what software you're going to need to be able to do your homework and also to be able to submit pictures of exams and labs. And if any of this is a barrier to you because of financial limitations, he also provides information about different funding that you can apply for to help you pay for these things. Since this course has a lab included, he talks about the lab kits and microscopes. And if you take a course with a lab, it's likely that you're going to have to go to Palomar to pick up a lab kit. And so he provides information here about when the school will be available for you to go and pick up the lab kit. Scrolling down a little bit more, he gives more information about lab supplies that you as the student are expected to provide. Again, you want to look this over and make sure that there's nothing that you are concerned about. If there is something you are concerned about, I would recommend communicating with the professor as quickly as possible. He shares some information, here about lab safety, and then he goes into important dates. This is something that is definitely something you want to be aware of. It's also information that is available in your My Palomar account. He's letting you know the last day to add the course, the last day to drop the course and get a refund, the last day to withdraw without getting a W, and the last day to withdraw with a W. So those are definitely dates you want to be aware of. He tells you that he expects you to get acquainted with Canvas, which is the main online platform that we use for our online courses. And he goes into information about the lecture and video participation, the weekly meetings when the class will meet. So if you enroll in a class that has weekly meetings, you should plan to be available during that time, whether or not it's online or on campus. If you have things in life that conflict with the times that the class is, that's probably not the best class to enroll in because you are expected to be in class during those times. He goes over information about assignments and exams. Since this is a lab course, he goes into information specifically about the lab. And then he talks about grading. So this should also be something that you see on all syllabuses, and you definitely want to know, how the course is graded, how assignments are weighted, and that will help you to be successful in your course. He goes into information about attendance and participation. And of course, this is something you want to be aware of as well. What are the attendance requirements? What do you do if you do have to miss class? He gives you a drop policy. Some professors have drop policies, not all of them do, but it's definitely something you want to be aware of as well. He talks about his late work policy. Again, something that you want to be aware of. These are things that you might not think that you need to know until something comes up. So just having awareness to them will really help you to be set up to be successful in the course. This syllabus is a very thorough syllabus. So he goes into other information, like he talks about a diversity statement, academic integrity. You will probably find on most syllabuses information about our office and how to get connected with our office, and also letting you know that he prefers that you submit the accommodation letter as early on in the semester as possible in order to get your accommodations in place, because they're not in place until your instructor receives that letter. He goes over information about pregnancy-related accommodations. He provides information about mental health. And he also provides additional information about housing and food insecurity. And finally, he ends it with tips on how to be successful in his course. And of course, in any class, I would recommend looking over what your instructor is telling you to do in order to be successful in their course, because they know best. So I hope you find that information helpful. If you have any questions, I would recommend reaching out to your professor, or you can always contact someone in our office to go over a syllabus with you. And I wish you the best of luck in your courses. Thanks and have a great day.